So a lot of us were asking about clarification on Microsoft's plans. I've been saying for a while, you need to be more transparent with what you're talking about and things like that when it comes to their plans for the future of Xbox. And now we have a little bit more of an idea as to pretty much what's going to happen and how things are going to kind of go down for Microsoft at the end of the day. Now, obviously, I look at this as strictly bad news. There could be some that out there kind of look at it and go, okay, well, this isn't bad news, but for me, it is 100% bad news. I just feel like this is not what people are asking for with Xbox. I just honestly, I don't look at it that way. So, again, anything can happen, but this is just like my point of view from what I'm seeing with this. And, maybe you guys might agree, maybe not. We'll see what happens, but I want to get into it. Hey, everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel. I do daily video game content if you didn't know. And, it really the key part to that is you guys liking the videos so that they can be seen and that I can continue to make the videos. Now, with that being said, Phil Spencer is doing a lot of talking lately, and, that could not necessarily be a good thing, just being honest about some of these things, it just really doesn't kind of resonate with me as a fan. And, maybe you guys might agree with that. You guys might understand where I'm coming from. But Phil Spencer, in his recent interview, has talked about there's no red lines for what games could come to PlayStation and Nintendo. And again, this is confirmation. Like, this was rumored previously, and now it is 100% confirmation. Like, we didn't know that before, which is so funny, because just in February of this year, he's like, we're going to do the 4, and then, that's, I want people to know that doesn't mean everything, blah, 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 I'm Phil Spencer, and, I don't know how to run a console business. You know what I mean? So, like, again, this is bad news. Like, just from a competition standpoint, right, it's bad news. Like, how people could think that this is good news, I could not venture to guess. I know that there's going to be, like, some of the agnostic people go, well, more people, more ways to play the game, that's a good thing, right? It maybe would be a good thing. I couldn't even say it was a good thing if it was going the other ways around, but, like, Nintendo's not going to put games on Xbox, PlayStation's not going to put games on Xbox, so it's not a good thing. It hampers competition, it hampers innovation. With that being said, as the gaming industry is changing, we get insights into Xbox and what they're planning as Microsoft CEO Phil Spencer spoke in an interview regarding a number of topics around how Xbox business is performing, highlighting Microsoft's decision to bring formerly Xbox console exclusive games to PlayStation and Nintendo hardware. Spencer noted that he's been pleased with the results and that Microsoft will continue to bring games over. And I quote, I do not see sort of red lines in our portfolio that say thou must not, he explained, eschewing the idea that there are any particular games or franchises that can't be ported, though he then added that it's too early for any kind of decision regarding Halo itself. Microsoft brought Obsidian Entertainment's Grounded and Pentiment, Rare, Sea of Thieves, and the formerly owned Tango Gameworks Hi-Fi Rush to non-Xbox consoles earlier this year. While some of these ports were clearly more successful than others, Microsoft went on to try and close Tango Gameworks before the studio was saved by Krafton. Sea of Thieves on PlayStation 5 has been a bit of a highlight, with Microsoft gaming content and studios head Matt Booty previously praising the game's performance. But again, we never get any solid numbers with any of this stuff, right? Like, when we look at it and it's like, yeah, but also you have to remember, when did they release this, right? So they released Sea of Thieves at a particular point where there was literally really nothing else on the market. And so, we kind of had that to kind of look at and go, okay, well, yeah, it did well, and maybe it sold 1 million or whatever, but at the end of the day, the game fell off the top played games on PlayStation. It fell off the top played games on Xbox. Not every game is going to be Call of Duty, and I've mentioned this numerous times before. You know, Phil Spencer, when he does stuff like this, just when you start to kind of think, okay, well, they're turning things around, when he says stuff like this, it really does hamper sales of the Xbox. Like, people aren't going to want to invest in an Xbox when you can only play Xbox games on it, right? Like, if you buy a PlayStation, you're going to be able to play PlayStation and Xbox games, and, you know, I think that's probably going to be the better value for people, at least in my opinion. You know, is that going to be the way it's going to always be? I don't think they're going to be able to change their mind later on, and that's going to be a real problem for them. Navigating what is and isn't exclusive will continue to be a blurry line for Microsoft as it juggles being a massive multi-platform publisher as well as a console platform holder. Machine Games' Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is launched as a timed exclusive on the Series X and S before heading to PlayStation 5. Meanwhile, id Software's Doom: The Dark Ages is set to launch across all platforms on day one. It's early days yet in terms of data, but so far, recent launch of Black Ops 6 across all platforms and Xbox Game Pass has had some success for Microsoft's strategy, with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella noting the game's subscriber adds on Xbox and increased year-over-year sales on Steam and PlayStation. Things are changing in some ways, in various ways across the industry. Obviously, like, listen, this is a pro Xbox site. I'm reading this off of Windows Central, so they're pointing to PlayStation directly publishing Lego Horizon Adventure on Nintendo Switch. Even so, it's one thing to say something, another to truly commit. It'll be interesting to see what other Xbox games do end up on PlayStation. But again, PlayStation putting Lego, a game that they kind of partnered with for Lego on Nintendo, is starkly different than, you know, than being able to have, you know, it's like you're partnering with Lego and you put it on a platform that has a lot of kids and stuff on it, and they kept it off of Xbox. So they're definitely not in the business of helping Xbox in any way. You know, and I know when I bring this up and I go, okay, well, what's the reason to really own an Xbox? And I did have some people go, well, Game Pass. But here's the thing about Game Pass, right? It's probably as popular as it's going to be, you know, whatever the amount of people it is. They don't announce the numbers anymore. But after they added in the Xbox Live Gold subscribers, the 14 million that were Gold, that got forced to switch over to Game Pass, the basic Game Pass model, and then there was like 34 million or whatever. So they'd actually lost millions of subscribers, and, you know, were only able to announce the numbers that they had when you added in the former Gold members. Now, again, if I don't look at a rental service as being this huge thing that is going to make Xbox suddenly blow up in popularity, right? It's just not going to happen. You know, I really don't think that people understand that. You know, when you have the option to buy a Xbox and only play Xbox games, or buy a PlayStation and play Xbox and PlayStation games, it makes more fiscal sense to do that. And there are some people like me who buy all three platforms every generation for the specific exclusives and things like that. And many of those people that buy an Xbox as a second or third platform probably won't do that anymore. So you're going to lose out on that competition that was once there, kind of helping the industry go. And I don't know if Phil Spencer realizes this, or if he does, he's just being ignorant to the entire situation. You've got to have something that makes your platform special. And I got to be honest, at this point, I am not at all convinced that Game Pass will never come to PlayStation or Nintendo platforms, right? It might not be the Game Pass that we have, right? But what's to say they couldn't put a Game Pass on PlayStation with certain games or whatever? Like, I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility. And then what would the reason be even further to own an Xbox? Like, I honestly think if you're defending Xbox games exclusives going to PlayStation, you really are defending the death of the industry and the death of competition. Like, how could anybody be okay with that? I don't get it. But maybe you guys think differently than me. I would love to hear in the comments how you guys feel about this, and if it's something that you guys think they should do, or something you guys think they should change, or whatever the case may be. I'm open to hearing what you guys feel. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up, crap 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. I'll catch you next time. Crap gamer